Good evening, Western New York High School sports fans, and welcome to WNYathletics.com. We are live from Riverside High School tonight for a Class B clash between Burgard and Cheektowaga. John Simon, Tom Prince here, and getting you guys started here right at opening kickoff. Burgard, they are the recipients of the opening toss, and we will see the Bulldogs offense here to start this game.
So both teams looking for a big win here tonight. We've had a couple cancellations due to COVID on pause teams, and this game comes about. Big matchup. Both teams looking for a big win right now.
And these two teams were originally supposed to play week 1 back on April 2nd. That game was postponed due to Cheektowaga going on pause, but now we get the division matchup tonight. First play of the game for Burgard. It's a run. Nasir Zinnerman trying to get some space out to the right, but tackled for maybe a gain of a half a yard or so.
Starting a little early. We got a 6 o'clock start right here. We're probably not used to this much this much light at game time.
Yeah, going to be getting some inclement winter weather later tonight. Nice to get this game out of the way before the snow comes in. Middle of the week game too, and we'll have a couple of days off from high school football after a long stretch of games throughout Western New York. 2nd and 9 here for Burgard. Kyrie Eaglin in the shotgun. He bobbles the snap, but he's able to control it. He runs up ahead, but doesn't get far. There's a pair of Cheektowaga Warrior defenders there to stop him for no gain. This Cheektowaga team coming off a pretty tough loss at home to Iroquois last week on Friday. They were shut out 31-0 against the Chiefs to drop to 1-1. So the Warriors, despite being in a comfortable spot right now, they're in 3rd place in the B1 division, but with only 2 playoff spots open, a win would be big for them here tonight. And for Burgard, they're looking for their first win of the season, off to an 0-2 start. 3rd and 10 now. Eaglin, snap goes over his head. He's got to go back to get it. He falls on it. The ball's still loose. We'll see who's got it.
That's Cheektowaga.
Yeah, they rule that Cheektowaga ball. It's our head referee, Mike Binkowski, making that call tonight. And that was recovered by 52, Cameron Chandler. And that is one of the star senior linebackers for this Cheektowaga squad. So now the Warriors get to take over just outside of the Burgard red zone. It's 1st and 10 from the Bulldogs' 21. Javon Jenkins, the quarterback, takes a snap. He hands it off to Warburton, and Warburton takes it into the end zone with ease. 1 play, 1 run, 6 points, touchdown, Cheektowaga.
Boy, is that not the start Cheektowaga was looking for right there?
Yeah, I mean, the one thing against Iroquois that bit them early was they weren't able to get the run game going. It was early turnovers. Here, they force a turnover, they get the run game going, and they do something they didn't do at all last week against the Chiefs, and that's get points on the board.
Cameron Warburton, right? A sophomore, 5'10", 225-pound running back. That's a big boy out there.
And the snap bobbled there as they were looking for the extra point, and Burgard able to hold them just short of the goal line. So a nice job there by the Bulldogs to limit the damage to 6. But Cheektowaga hitting Burgard with a punch early. Like I said, 1 play, 1 touchdown. They got the early 6-0 lead.
That's a good stop there in the second 2-point conversion. It looked like he had a clear path almost to the end zone right there, and they come up, big stop, get him down to keep this as a 6-0 game.
So as we mentioned, we're out at Riverside High School tonight, home of the Buffalo Public Schools. Not the warmest night that we've had so far for this spring season, or fall too, as it's officially referred to, but it's a nice night for high school football. Like we said, we're getting it in before the bad weather hits tonight, and we'll have a couple days off, I said, before another big weekend. And, you know, we know it was going to be a fast season. Playoff time is approaching in just a couple weeks. And like we said, Cheektowaga looking to stay in the hunt for one of those top 2 playoff spots in Class B. Burgard, as you said, looking for a big win as well.
Yeah, it really is. These are both teams looking for that are solid programs, right? Some of the top programs we've seen in Western New York have come from these two programs right here. They've got team after team. You know Cheektowaga is a perennial powerhouse year after year, and you know what they're trying to do right now is to fix this.
So the Warriors kicking off here. They'll keep it short. Having to fall on it there for Burgard was Kevon Walker. And they'll start their second drive here at the 35. First one wasn't too bad. They didn't really get to do much. Ran just 3 plays, and it ended in the unfortunate snap over the quarterback's head and a fumble. So Burgard, plenty of room for improvement here with a lot of time obviously left. Not even 2 minutes gone by in this game.
And they definitely don't want to go a 3-and-out here early, right? 3-and-out. You do not want to give Cheektowaga the opportunity to put 2 scores up here ahead of you. They've got to make sure they do something right here.
And it's been a while since Burgard has taken the field. They played Pioneer back on April 9th. That was their last game, a 38-14 loss. 1st and 10 snap here, and that's a quick stop. That handoff there was to Brandon McNeil, but he didn't get too far. That Cheektowaga front line standing pat right at the line of scrimmage.
Big defensive front right now for Cheektowaga, as you see right now coming off the field, number 55, Trevion Slaughter, the senior 6'4", 325-pounder. And did you see him come off the field? He's got wheels to boot, right? When you see an athlete that big, watch out. You know you've got trouble on the defensive line.
This Cheektowaga team gave up 3-4 touchdowns in the first half alone against Iroquois last week, so they're looking to rebound after a tough week against the Chiefs. 2nd and 13 here. It's a handoff to Zinnerman. He's able to get up ahead for a couple yards. Might have gotten back to the original line of scrimmage there, but this is going to be a 3rd and long for Burgard.
Looked like the first one on the tackle was number 3, Tariq Clark, the senior 5'7", 145-pound defensive back right there.
Yeah, Clark, one of the two-way stars of this Cheektowaga team, also plays wide receiver on the Warrior offense. It'll be 3rd and looks like about 9 here for Burgard, looking to still pick up their first down of this one. Eaglin back in the shotgun, quickly sees pressure, and he's brought down. And that was Chandler once again, the linebacker getting in there fast and keeping the damage to, as little as you can give up if you're a defense. This Cheektowaga team, 2 defensive stands and 2, great stops by them. Turnover first one, forcing a punt, assumingly here. This is as good of a start as you can get from this defense. Like I said, trying to bounce back from a tough week against the Iroquois.
And that's the way you want to bounce back, right? You want to come out big. You want to make a statement right from the beginning. That's how you bounce back from a loss like that.
So we'll see what Burgard does here. They're in punt formation. Cheektowaga has 2 guys back to return around their own 35. Back for Burgard to punt as Messiah rose, and now we get some whistles before the snap. Some flags on the field. We'll see what the refs call here. And it looks like it's going to be against Cheektowaga. It's an offside, so that'll help Burgard a little bit. Won't change their decision. Bulldogs still going to punt, but moves them up 5 yards or so. And the punt is away. Lands just inside the 45. Doesn't take too big of a bounce for Burgard, but they're able to down it just inside the 40. So the Cheektowaga offense going to come back out for their second series. The first one didn't take too long. They found the end zone on just one play. It was a 20-yard rushing touchdown for Cameron Warburton. And like we just said a moment ago, Tom, Cheektowaga's defense looking to bounce back from a tough week against Iroquois. The offense looking to do the same thing. A couple early turnovers put them in that big hole at home against the Chiefs. And scoring a touchdown on their first offensive play. Got to be a big confidence boost. And they'll look to continue their momentum on that second drive here. 1st and 10 snap. Jenkins looking to throw, but he's going to take off with his legs instead. Gets across the 50 and goes out of bounds by the Burgard bench around the 42. That's a nice gain of about 15.
Boy, 2 great runs off the bat right there. So what we talked about is in other games, when you're running the ball effectively, the first thing you're going to look at is in the trenches. What's happening in the trenches? What's happening with your line? Obviously, right now, Cheektowaga's line coming up big, 2 big runs, making sure that that quarterback and that running back can do what they can do best, and that's run in the open in the field there.
Yeah, Cheektowaga's certainly got some size on that offensive line, although it was a group that had their hands full last week, but certainly off to a better start here. Here's Warburton, another carry. He's got some open space, gets a first down and more. He's knocked down just around the 22. That's another first down for Cheektowaga and another double-digit yard run for Warburton.
I was going to say he's got 40 yards already.
Just 2 carries.
He's got 2 carries, 40 yards.
They got about 55, 60 yards of rushing just as a team on 3 plays. They had a lot of struggles on the offensive side a week ago. This looks like a completely different Cheektowaga team. Javon Jenkins, senior quarterback, listed at 6'2", 215, so another big body to bring down when he runs with it. He's going to hand it to the back, Warburton again, though, and he piles ahead for a gain of looks like about 7 or 8, and that gets Cheektowaga inside the 15 of Burgard.
Jason Knox, the junior linebacker, number 10 on the tackle on that one for Burgard.
Like we said, the Burgard Bulldogs coming off against a tough game against Pioneer, one of the top teams in Class B a couple weeks ago. They've had a really tough schedule to start this season. I mean, just even the games that they haven't played, but the teams that they've had to prepare for or think that they're going to prepare for, West New York Maritime included in that group. Second down here, Jenkins able to get himself free from a tackler and scampers ahead for a gain of a couple. See where they spot it, but it looks like from here he got enough for a first down, and they will give it to him. The run game has been the only thing featured right now in the Cheektowaga offense, and that got this clock running fast. We're already down to 5.5 minutes to play in this first quarter. Warriors on top 6-0.
It's the only thing they've had to feature so far.
Yeah.
They've been so effective. Why go ahead? Say, hey, stop me first, and then I'll change it.
So first and goal here, right at the 10, handoff to Warburton. This time he's going to be limited to no gain, and I think the ball popped out. Tom, the Bulldogs are pointing the other way. They might have it, and they do. The officials rule it Burgard football. So what a nice change of events here for Burgard. A turnover cost them their first possession now. They get Cheektowaga to cough it up inside the red zone, and they get the ball back.
Brandon McNeil comes up big. Did you see him actually come from behind? First one in on that play. Does a great job of getting there first. Be able to slow him up. Teammates come in. Ball comes out. Now Burgard's got the opportunity to do something. They have struggled so far with the ball, but this is big. You've got a big turnover here. Come up big defensively. Now help your defense out from here.
Defenses love to see their offense capitalize on turnovers. Burgard, the Bulldogs, with a nice chance here. 1st and 10. A little play action. They dish it out to Lamar Hampton, and he's able to pick up some nice yardage there before getting knocked out of bounds. So a nice job there by Eaglin to stay calm after faking the handoff. Got a nice throwaway, and Burgard able to pick up their first down of the evening.
Nice pass, too. Nice rollout pass right there, right into the open. There was Hampton, wide open, and a chance there for a first down. Keep doing it. Doesn't need to be big chunks, right? Every first down moves the ball and gives your team more and more thought you can do this.
1st and 10. It's another run. That pitch was bobbled, though. They were looking to give a run to Brandon McNeil, but Eaglin's toss Just wasn't cleanly handled there.
It was high. It was really high. He had to reach back for that one. There's no doubt he had to reach back to try to make a great play. Almost does. Unfortunately, can't bring it back to the body right there. Does the smart thing, falls on it, so it's not a turnover. This is the last place you want to turn the ball over down in the red zone for Cheektowaga.
Yeah, it wouldn't only be a tough blow for the offense, but would basically negate the turnover that the defense just forced a couple plays ago. But that play negates a good chunk of the yards that Hampton picked up on his catch and run. It's 2nd and 17, another high snap. Elgin's able to control it, but he's nearly intercepted. Some nice coverage there by Cheektowaga. I'm trying to see the number on that. I believe it was number 30, Jordan Bonnick. And he was just nice job on that, Tom. Good job tracking that pass. Jumped right in front of the ball, just couldn't bring it in all the way.
Oh, trust me. He was smacking the ground. He was kicking. He wanted that one. He knew that was an interception. Unfortunately, just goes right through right there. But does a great job, like you said, jumping the route right there, making sure he's there, comes up big defensively. No matter what, he has a stop right there. 3rd down, still a very long 3rd down that Burgard's got to convert here. And you could possibly, with a stop, make them punt and be able to go after that punt and do something there.
Yeah, it'd be tough for Burgard to pin Cheektowaga further than midfield if they have to punt from this area of the field. So 3rd and long. Elgin's going to take it himself. He found some space, but he's not going to get enough for the 1st down. Picked up about 10 there. It was a nice run. And we'll see what the Bulldogs do here. Not exactly in 4-down territory. But
it looks like punting team's coming out right now.
They're bringing on the special teams unit. It'll be the 2nd punt for Burgard. Again, Cheektowaga sending 2 guys back to return. Tariq Clark, along with, I think that's Quincy Landau, 22. Like I said, they're not even at midfield. They're waiting to receive this punt from the 45 of Burgard. Clock running towards 3 minutes to play in this opening quarter. Cheektowaga on top of Burgard, 6-0 in this Class B matchup. 4th and about 5, maybe 6 here for Bulldogs. And now we're going to have to get a timeout. Looks like they were still trying to interchange some of their personnel on the field. So we get a first timeout call from the Bulldogs. So Cheektowaga so far, 6-0 lead that came on their first offensive play of the game. It was a 21-yard touchdown run from Warburton. Was set up thanks to a fumble recovery. Burgard coughed up on their first possession. Since then, the Bulldogs have done a nice job weathering the storm, though. They got a nice stop. They forced a turnover themselves. But now they're getting ready to punt this one back away to Cheektowaga. Defense got a decent break. The offense was able to pick up 1 first down. But that Bulldog defensive group going to have to go back out on the field somewhat quickly after forcing a turnover just a few minutes ago. Both teams back out on the field now outside of the timeout. Myrie Harris back to punt. And now we get some flags just as the snap gets sent. And it's going to be a false start against Burgard, so this will do Cheektowaga a little bit of favor. Last punt from Burgard was down around the Warriors' 40. So we'll see if Harris can get it on that side of the field. I'm sure he would certainly take that result. Punting from inside his own 10 here. Harris takes the snap, gets a nice punt away. This one's going to land just inside midfield, but take a decent bounce for Burgard, but now it rolls back the other way. And they're going to down it right around their own 48-yard line. So another great spot for Cheektowaga. This is their 2nd time already, just aside from after the turnover that the Bulldogs committed. This is already their 2nd time starting in Burgard territory. And the last Cheektowaga drive was solid, despite it ending in a turnover. Moving the ball well. We're looking like they were on their way to getting their second touchdown here in the first quarter. First down, Jenkins handoff to Warburton, makes a nice cut. Drew a flag there. It looks like we got a face mask call. Warburton still not down. Going to pick up some yards with forward progress, and I assume more on the face mask call. We'll wait and get the official word in a moment. Yep, and that's going to be a face mask against Burgard, so a tough break for the Bulldogs there. That's going to move Cheektowaga up 15. We'll get the automatic first, and that's one of the tough breaks for a defense when you're sending multiple guys at a big running back like Warburton. There's not too many, if there are any, on that Burgard defense that match up to him size-wise, frame-wise. So you're going to have to send 2, 3, maybe even 4 guys at a time to get him down when he's running at you with some speed.
I can't believe the amount of bigger running backs that have been underclassmen, freshmen, and sophomores we've seen this season.
And now we see Warburton again, another flag on the far side of the field, and we again see the gang tackling, able to keep him to a short gain, but we'll see if that changes with the flag.
I mean, we have seen numerous amount of freshmen and sophomores. I can't believe the size of the freshmen and sophomores. Just look at last night. We were at St. Francis. We saw a freshman 6'7", 275 pounds.
Yeah.
And I'm telling you, he wasn't like big and like a fat type of thing. This was a kid that was a big boy that really had strength and speed and everything else for the offensive line. And we're seeing it over and over again. Here's another one in Warburton he's a big kid that can run, who's fast, and is going to be strong and tough to take down. And we've seen Bennett, we've seen a freshman running back over there. We saw the same type of thing. It's all over Western New York.
Warburton's last run negated by a false start, so it's 1st and 15, and now Jenkins can't handle the low snap. And now we got a flag thrown. Looks like there was some extracurricular activity in a scrum there. It's going to likely go against Myrie Harris of Burgard. I think he might have thrown an extra shove in there on a Cheektowaga player.
Brandon McNeil comes in, has a big tackle right there as he gets in there and does a good job of getting, in essence, the sack, right? So personal foul penalty. Yep, you nailed that one, which is gonna be close to a first down.
Yeah, and that's going to be the second big penalty on this series alone against Burgard. Defense, did a nice job stepping up, forcing the turnover a few minutes ago. Unfortunately, the offense couldn't help them out too much, and now, they're shooting themselves in the foot, giving Cheektowaga yards with penalties.
We're inching down here in the first quarter.
Yeah, inside a minute to play, clock running again. It'll be 2nd and looks like 4 for Cheektowaga. Jenkins puts one receiver in motion, and he got the Burgard defense to jump. There were a couple guys moving, but the furthest one over the line was Jason Knox. And again, just more penalties, doing nothing but helping Cheektowaga move up.
That was a first down on penalties is what it was. It's how they got their first down.
So the Warriors looking to pick up more momentum before quarter's end. Clock running under 30 seconds now. Could very well be the final play of the opening period. Another handoff to Warburton. He's quickly brought down, and the ball's loose again. And if Burgard has it, this would be another fumble recovery, and they do. So 2 straight possessions for Cheektowaga, ending in fumbles from Warburton. And this Burgard defense steps up once again.
Number 14, Jason Rivera, the senior linebacker, comes up with that one. That's huge. So Burgard, here they are. 2 penalties that go against them. Look like the entire momentum goes toward Cheektowaga. Burgard's defense comes up big twice here. Now it's up to the offense to start coming up big to help that defense out.
I mean, I know it's early. We still got 3 quarters left of football to play, but this Burgard defense, aside from the penalties, having a pretty solid day so far. 1st and 10. Burgard looking to throw here. This one is Lafario Ross. Gets a nice block on the outside to pick up a couple extra yards. And we'll see where they spot him, but that will be it for the first quarter. Time winding down. We get zeros on the clock. So through 12 minutes here at Riverside, Cheektowaga on top of Burgard, 6-0 in a Class B clash. John Simon, Tom Prince here for WNY Athletics. We'll take a quick commercial break and be right back for second quarter action.
At Cairo First Wellness, your health and well-being is our passion. Let us take care of you and your family like one of our own.
Cairo First Wellness Center is dedicated to providing patients long-term relief and teaching them how to continue taking care of themselves. With a blend of different techniques, services, and personalized treatment plans, we'll help you find wellness in a way that's right for you. Between chiropractic care, spinal decompression, nutritional counseling, massage therapy, custom orthotics, and more, your relief is in our hands. If twisting, popping, and cracking intimidate you, our Pro Adjuster restores the same range of motion as a physical adjustment would with gentle, repeated tapping.
Dr. Mo at Cairo First has been taking care of my back needs for the past 4 years. His staff treats you like family. I've had the traction, I've had the massage done, and every time leave here feeling fresh and brand new.
Cairo First Wellness Center. Your health and well-being, our passion.
Welcome back, sports fans, to WNYathletics.com. Thank you for tuning in, whether you're on WNYathletics.com itself, YouTube page, Facebook, Twitter, wherever you may be. Second quarter about to get underway here between Burgard and Cheektowaga from Riverside. 2nd and 1 snap here for the Bulldogs as their quarterback, Kyrie Eaglin, runs it ahead himself, but doesn't pick up much. And now we get a flag thrown after the play. Must have been some words exchanged, and I think it was against the Cheektowaga defense.
Had a lot of penalties already thrown in this game, and already a lot of personal foul penalties.
Yeah, this is the second or third. We had the face mask, and we had the one on Myrie Harris a few minutes ago for Burgard with shoving a player. So, yeah, that's the third personal already. So I believe, if that's a Cheektowaga penalty, you'd think it would advance the ball unless there were two penalties and they canceled each other out.
They only showed one.
Right, so I'm just a little confused.
Oh, they're going to measure?
Oh, no, I didn't think he was anywhere close to the first down on the run. I thought he was stopped well short. Well, it looks like from where they're setting up, yeah, he's short. So yeah, they're calling a personal foul against Cheektowaga. I don't know. So they had to spot the ball, I guess, to figure out where they were going to move the ball up to after the penalty. I guess that makes sense. But after all that, Burgard advances up to their own 46, just 4 yards away from getting into Cheektowaga territory. They have not gotten on the Warriors side of the field yet this evening. And while penalties hurt Burgard's defense on their last couple series, despite them forcing a couple turnovers and getting the ball back, now the flag's hurting Cheektowaga's. 1st and 10, Eaglin in the shotgun. Takes a snap, quick handoff there. It's Zinnerman. He's able to spin away from the first tackle and get ahead for a yard or two. But not much on that run.
Tariq Clark in there on the tackle. We talked about him already. That's senior defensive back. Like you said, when you covered him before, big defensively. He's come up big, really gotten in on some of those tackles.
Oh, just, looking at them from afar, he's probably the smallest or one of the smallest guys just physically on that Cheektowaga defense, but plays such a big role back there at safety. Kind of the quarterback of the defense along with Cameron Chandler, the middle linebacker. 2nd and 8 here. Couple receivers out to each side of Eaglin. running back to his right. Takes the snap, looks to throw, and it looks like he completed that pass. Knox able to reel that one in. It's close to a first down, but it looks like they'll be about a yard short. But Burgard, for the first time, on the Warrior side of the 50.
Best their offense has looked so far today, no doubt. They're absolutely moving the ball, mixing in both run and pass. That's been the key. We've seen time and time again when teams constantly stay one-sided, there always seems to be a problem. The team will eventually catch up to it somewhere along the drive. So this is a great job of being able to mix both, and they're having success in this drive.
This Cheektowaga defensive line, pretty big, pretty strong, tough group to, keep in check when trying to establish the run game. And Burgard's starting to do that now. 3rd and 1, Eaglin taking it himself, and he picks up the first down, but the ball's loose. And we also got more flags thrown. So we're going to have some more sorting out to do. Just kind of following.
Saying it's going to stay Burgard ball is what it says. And that's going to be a horse collar.
So another penalty hurting Cheektowaga on this series. That's the 3rd against the Warriors.
It looked like he was going to call holding is what he did, and then you saw him reach back at the horse collar right there.
So Burgard getting some major assistance from Cheektowaga's mistakes right now, albeit they got the first down on their own there, but they're picking up a big chunk of yards here with that penalty. They're going to get all the way inside the 30 here.
I'll tell you right now, this game has been the battle of the penalties right now.
Yeah.
Like, who's going to overcome the penalties in order to win this game? It really could be the difference of who's going to overcome this. Could be the difference right now. I mean, we're talking about a 6-0 game. If Burgard scores here, it really will be the difference of who really has gotten penalties to aid them in their touchdowns, and then who's going to overcome it to win this.
Burgard did receive the ball to start this game. First down now, handoff to Zinnerman. Escapes a tackle or two and gets to the outside before being forced out of bounds. Pickup of about 7 or 8 there on that run.
Yeah, very good run right there.
Also saw Eamon Thomas, number 7 in at quarterback on that last snap for Burgard. I wonder if Eaglin got hurt after being brought down on that last play, where the horse collar was called. He's over on the bench, I think, with the trainer.
Oh, yeah, sitting on the bench. I see that, yeah.
So 2nd and 8, Eamon Thomas still in. Sophomore.
Doesn't look like, though, the horse collar's bottom. It looks like it's something on his leg.
Yeah, she was working with his left leg there. So now a second down run, and being brought for a big loss there is McNeil. And one of the big guys on that Cheektowaga defense we haven't mentioned yet, Jaden Dubard, the first in on that tackle.
Absolutely, and he comes up big, the 6'3", 300-pounder. And, boy, you can see he moves well. Got into that backfield, and there was no way he was letting him go. Comes up with a big stop right there.
Yeah, it reminds me a lot of, just physically, like a guy we saw last night, Jimmy Scott from St. Francis. I mean, Dubard is a little bit bigger. He's got about 40, 50 pounds on Scott, but just the speed that both those guys move at with the frame they have at defensive end, it's fun to watch.
It really is. I mean, we've seen one defensive end, one defensive lineman, but we've seen some big players this year. And when you see the bigger players move as fast as we've seen, boy, defensively, those teams just are really tough to stop. And he comes up big right there. Now you're talking about a 3rd and 10. Big stop right here, though. Remember, we're in the territory where we're going to see Burgard go for it on 4th down.
Certainly.
So 2 things. One, you want to have Cheektowaga's got to come up with the big stop. Burgard, at least get a chunk of this, right? You don't need to necessarily get the whole thing, but get a good chunk so that 4th down becomes manageable for you.
Yeah, and, just like you said before, a minute ago, you said the story of this game right now, the penalties, it might come down to who's going to respond the best to taking those penalties. Right now, I got to give a lot of credit to Burgard and Cheektowaga in a way, because not only have they responded well to penalties, but Burgard got off to a tough start. They turned the ball over on their first possession. They give up a touchdown on the first play. They very quickly bounced back from that, and now, obviously, they're right back in this game. Cheektowaga, on the other hand, They've turned the ball over twice now and still haven't given up any points. Now they're starting to, slip a little bit, taking some penalties here. But, hey, we've seen a couple big plays from defenses already in this game. They could make one here or the next play. It can happen. But out of the timeout, 3rd and 10. Eaglin back in. He looks to throw. The pass is tipped and nearly intercepted. Cheektowaga's Isaiah Sharp was right there under the ball. Got a hand on it, but just couldn't come up with the grab. And that's a big break for Burgard. They'll at least get this 4th down play now.
That's a very big break right there because that looked like that was going to be intercepted right there, and that ball was going back to Cheektowaga. So now we talked about 4th and 10 right here. We know they're going to go for it. What you got in a play, look obviously for the pass right here. Especially you've seen now trips on the right side. You're looking either to go one-on-one or something to happen with those trips with blockers.
Eaglin was looking for Knox a couple plays ago, but this time he looks on the right side. He's got an open man, and he hits him. Touchdown, Burgard. Nasir Zinnerman there to make the grab and run it into the end zone, and the Bulldogs have knotted this thing up at 6.
Did you see him call for that too? He got the break, put his arm up calling for it, and led him right down to the touchdown. Great pass right there, and way to explode off the line to be able to get yourself breaking away from the defenders to be able to get that touchdown.
And the Bulldogs going to go for 2 here. We see a little bit of a odd setup on the conversion. Eaglin throwing. That pass knocked down and incomplete. So we'll stay tied up at 6 here. But what a response by the Bulldogs. Assisted by a couple Cheektowaga penalties there, but they finished it off on their own with that beautiful pass from Eaglin to Zinnerman. And we got ourselves a football game here with still 8:07 to play until halftime.
Absolutely. So both teams capitalizing, right? Doing a great job of capitalizing on each other's team's mistakes. Now, listen, couple things to look at early in this game already. 1, we already talked about who's going to overcome the penalties. 2, both teams going for 2-point conversions. It could be the difference of a 2-point conversion, could be the difference in this game. Either stopping or having to make your 2-point conversion. A couple things as you see starting to happen in this game that we're starting to see is you're going to need to do this in order to win the game.
And I wonder how Cheektowaga is going to respond to this here, because the running game has been successful for them so far. Warburton with a 21-yard touchdown run to start this game for Cheektowaga, but he's fumbled the ball twice. I mean, I wonder at some point if they're going to look to throw, if they're going to look to get some guys some other touches, because it seems like while he has done a good job picking up yards, Burgard has seemed to find a chink in Warburton's armor.
Yeah, but, this is coaches, he's got to say is you got to hold on to this. And if you've noticed a couple of times is when he's really fighting with those extra players to get those extra yards is when we've seen it, right? There's been 3 guys on him each time that those have happened. So
yeah, that caught me a little off guard there. The kickoff going up the middle went off the hands of Dubard. Not sure if he wanted to try and, receive that kick right in midfield there, if he was just trying to protect himself out of instinct. Either way, though, Cheektowaga able to recover it there, and that's a pretty nice break for them. They get a great starting spot.
Yeah, I don't know if that was done purposely or not, but you're giving Cheektowaga some good field position, and like you've said, they're moving the ball well. I don't know if I really want them starting with great field position because they're having such good positive momentum of moving the ball.
Right, you can't rely on Warburton fumbling to end every offensive drive for them. And now they're going to look to throw on 1st down. They complete a pass there to Clark. He's inside the 20. What a nice grab there. And a beautiful ball thrown down the sideline by Jenkins.
That's big right there. That's the answer you want your quarterback to do. Come out, hit Clark. He literally took off, and it was almost the same play the opposite way, right? Took off, he got his space, called for it out there, and then there you go. Cheektowaga with the big 1st down right there.
That puts them right at the 20 of Burgard. 1st and 10, Jenkins hands it off to Warburton, and he's cut down right at the feet. A nice job there by Lamar Hampton to take down the big man all by himself.
Yeah, that's a great tackle, and it's what you do, right? The big guys like that, you got to get to the legs. You got to get down low and make that tackle. Does a great job of getting down low and making sure knocks him down early.
Warburton on the Cheektowaga sideline now, just going over for a breather. We got Ja'Cory Haynes, another senior, in there now in the backfield. Actually, it's Jalen Henlon. Haynes out at wide receiver. Jenkins takes the snap, hands it to Henlon. He goes up the middle, picks up some yards there, and maybe even got enough for a first down as he's finally spun down right around the 10.
Looked like coming on the tackle there was number 9, Javon Jenkins, the senior linebacker, 6'2", 213-pounder.
And that'll be first and goal now for the Warriors. They're right around the 9-yard line of Burgard. Moved the ball well on this drive. Started at their own 42, but a big pass play to Tariq Clark put them in a good spot. Jenkins takes the snap, fakes the handoff, and that pass just a little high to Clark. I know he's listed at only 5'7", but even a guy who was 6'7" might not have been able to get that one.
That would have been a tough one. And I'll tell you, Clark was open too. He had a nice route cut inside. He hits them. That's going to absolutely be a touchdown right there.
Well, that stops the clock for Cheektowaga at least. 6:15 to go until halftime. 6-6 ball game between the Warriors and the Bulldogs. It's a Class B, Division B1 matchup here. Second and goal. Jenkins looking to throw again. He finds Clark. And is he in the end zone? Yes, he is. Touchdown, Warriors.
John, that was the same exact play, just not as deep.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, great route by Clark, and nice job to get open. Jenkins getting rid of the ball quick there and just able to find him just inside the goal line. And we'll see what Cheektowaga does here. Their last extra point attempt, the play kind of broke down. It was a bad snap. So we'll see if they do that here. It looks like they're going to go for the kick. And we get a whistle just as that ball was snapped.
The flag. It looks like it's going to be against Burgard. Cheektowaga all saying that they want to go ahead and
go for two there?
Well, that's what I think you're going to see. They were actually saying is, should we decline this? And then now, as you see, he's talking to coach. So it looks like I think they're going to go for this and go for the 2-point now.
Yeah, it makes sense too. So that 9-yard passing touchdown from Jenkins.
So it wasn't offsides, John, is what it was. It was an offsides against Burgard. So it's going to go half the distance right there, and then that's why they decided now to go for the 2-point conversion.
Yeah, so they are in there, and it looks like they've got Burgard in there to take the direct snap. He's going to run it himself, and he's met by a couple defenders in the end zone, but it's too late. He crossed the plane. The 2-point conversion is good, and Cheektowaga goes back on top. They're ahead 14-6.
That's big right there, like we talked about. You're going to have to make those 2-point conversions. Here they are saying we want only 1 point, get the penalty, and now you've actually added another point on the board. So now it's causing you to have to now make the 2-point conversion the next time you're down. We said this was going to come into play, and already penalties again coming into play and now helping Cheektowaga.
So the 9-yard passing touchdown from Jenkins to Tariq Clark gave them the 12-6 lead. The successful 2-point conversion makes it 14-6 Cheektowaga. And that was a very successful drive for the Warriors. They certainly needed that. They opened the game with a touchdown in their first offensive series. Just needed one play to find the end zone. But since then, they'd coughed the ball up twice, given up a touchdown. So certainly needed to get some of that momentum back. And they got, contributions from all the big pieces on their offense there. Warburton, Jenkins, Clark, Burgard. Everybody was playing their part on that drive. So now they're ready to kick it away. It's going to be a short one. Lands right around the 40. Bennett might have touched it, or Burgard might have touched it, excuse me.
I think Cheektowaga may have this.
Yeah, there's
They
a
do.
scramble for the ball, and they're
They do.
ruling it Warrior ball. So not necessarily an onside kick, but the result is just like one that you would get from that. A very nice bounce for Cheektowaga. Well played there by the Warriors. And now they get to start inside the 40 here, just coming off a touchdown.
And it looks like Jalen Henlin, the junior linebacker, 5'10", 198 pounds, is the one who came up with that great hustle. Don't give up on the play. We saw that last night. Same exact play in the St. Francis Maritime game. Same exact play came on there. Players didn't go after it right away. They came down and pounced on it.
So 1st and 10 for Cheektowaga. Right around the 40 of Burgard. Just took the lead with a touchdown. Jenkins looking to add to it. Tried to run it. He gets stuffed right at the line of scrimmage for no gain. That's a nice stop there. Doug Washington in there on the tackle for Burgard.
That's going to be a tackle for a loss, too.
Yeah, you're right. They got him for a loss of 1, maybe a yard and a half even. And this Burgard defense could certainly use a quick stop. They've been on the field for a while now. 5.5 to play in the second quarter of this one. We're out at Riverside for this Class B matchup. Jenkins getting the call from the sideline. It'll be Warburton on the run here. Picks up some big yardage, and he lost it again. It goes
No,
right.
they're saying he's down.
Oh, they're going to
He's
call
saying
him
he's down by contact, and it looked like he was. When he went up, it was the ground that caused the fumble on that one. You saw as he hit the ground.
I mean, he hit the ground hard. And, yeah, they're going to call that Cheektowaga ball. And that's a lucky break for the Warriors because he got hit hard.
I think he got the wind knocked out of him on that one, too, as he hit the ground pretty hard on that one. You can see he came off to the side, took off his helmet right there.
So they're inside the 30. Handoff. Henlin goes between the tackles for a nice gain. It'll be 2nd and 4 now for Cheektowaga. Warriors offense getting some nice possession time here in this second quarter. Henlin remains in there at running back for Cheektowaga. Warburton still on the sideline. Clark in motion now, moves from right side to the left. Jenkins fakes the handoff. He throws it, and it's incomplete. Was looking there for Ja'Cory Haynes, the big senior receiver. Just couldn't connect with him on that one.
Yeah, Ja'Cory 6'3" right there, so definitely, got size of the receiver. And you wonder on that one, was he thinking what he was going to do after the catch on that one? Just needed to make that catch first.
So it's 3rd and manageable here for Cheektowaga. They only need 4 yards to keep this drive going. Jenkins hands it off. Henlin able to run ahead for a nice gain. We'll see if he got enough. It looks like he did. Yeah, they're going to give him the first. So a nice run there by Jalen Henlin. Keeps the ball with Cheektowaga. We're inside 3.5 now in the quarter.
You can see Cheektowaga not in a rush right here, right? Just they're taking time off the clock. They're looking to try to get this one down, take as much time as off the clock they can, but still try to put another score up on the board.
And they'll be set to receive the kick at the start of the third quarter. Burgard started with this one. 1st and 10 from the 17. Jenkins Hands it off. Henlin, another run. He's able to pick up a couple before being met by a gang of tacklers, but still trying to pick up more. Did a nice job staying on his feet, but they finally rule him down. And like you said, Tom, Cheektowaga right now just keep it on the ground and chewing up clock here in this second quarter. Jenkins just getting his call from the sideline and taking his time getting things set. 2nd and 4 here. Cheektowaga at the 10-yard line of Burgard. Clark in motion now. Gets the handoff. Spins away from the first tackler. Avoids the second, and then he's able to pick up another yard or so before being brought down by a couple of Bulldogs. But that's another nice play there by Clark. Saw him give Cheektowaga the lead a few minutes ago with his touchdown reception. And picks up a nice gain there, but not enough for a first down. It'll be 3rd and 2.
Looked like the first one in on that tackle was Nazir Zinnerman. The first one there, the senior defensive back, comes up big as he gets down at the ankles right there to make that tackle.
We're going to see Burgard in there again to take the direct snap. He fakes the handoff, but he'll run it himself. Looks like he got enough for the first down before being taken to the turf.
That's another tackle there taken to the turf by number 44, Doug Washington. And you can see, like we talked about the youth that's out here, right? Doug Washington, the linebacker. You've seen him make some big tackles already today. Sophomore. He's a sophomore, big sophomore linebacker coming up big. Another of the youth out here that we've been talking about.
1st and goal. Handoff to Clark on the end around, and he gets in with ease. His 2nd straight touchdown. Tariq Clark finds the end zone. It's the 2nd straight touchdown for Cheektowaga. And that's more unanswered points by the Warriors. They extend their lead to 20-6, although they haven't put the points up on the board yet. Okay, now they do. But we get a flag thrown. There must have been something going on there. So it's a flag against Cheektowaga. And I wonder if they had a penalty that would negate the touchdown.
Well, they did put the points up on the board. I think this is going to go on the extra point is what it's going to go on. So he's calling in all the refs right now. "41 seconds right now left in the half as they're trying to sort this one out.
And
I think this happened after the play.
It's been a very flag-heavy first half. And, yeah, the call is going to go against Cheektowaga. And I assume that they're going to go for 2 here, unless their extra point kicker is pretty confident in his leg. But this conversion is going to be from the 18-yard line. And now we get another whistle. Timeout by Burgard.
Another strange turn of events right there.
Yeah, that was weird. I don't know what really happened after that touchdown was scored, but I mean, Cheektowaga on a nice run right now. Their offense looking as good as they have all evening and probably all season. Like I said, they were shut out last game against Iroquois at home, and even their first week against Newport. You know, when I talked to Coach Fata before the Iroquois game, he said that the offense really didn't play that well in their first game against Newport. He was looking for them to improve. Obviously, they didn't against the Iroquois, getting shut out, but certainly in this game, that group for the Warriors clicking a little bit, compared to weeks 1 and 2.
Yeah, I mean, they absolutely, and what they look good is running the ball, right? That's absolutely been their strength right now, running the ball. Even though one of their touchdowns is by pass, predominantly the run has been their strength so far today.
So now both teams back out on the field after the timeout. Cheektowaga, they did take the touchdown away.
Oh.
So it must have been a penalty before the touchdown. So it was a 15-yard penalty against Cheektowaga after the touchdown. Yeah, you know what? I've said it on a lot of broadcasts. We make up rules as we go this year. It's fine. It's whatever. Jenkins, 1st and goal from the 17, gets it to Henlin. He's met by a gang of Bulldogs over on the right side and is finally brought down after doing his best to pick up a couple more yards. But that'll be just a short gain, and now we get a timeout called by Cheektowaga. Obviously want to get as many plays in here before halftime. Now looking to get that 3rd touchdown that they thought they had a moment ago.
Well, they thought they had it, right? And that's this is really what the key is. We've been talking about this since the beginning of the game. Really what's coming into play is here's penalties that's going to cost you going up by 2 scores here in getting the ball in the second half. Now we could be talking about a complete momentum shift because Burgard gets a stop and only goes into halftime possibly down by 1 score.
Yeah, so we'll see what the Bulldogs can do here. This would certainly be a big stop for them, big momentum shift. Like I mentioned, Cheektowaga set to receive the kick at the start of the 3rd quarter. So really this is big play for both sides. If you're Cheektowaga, you get into the end zone before halftime. You get a 2-score lead, not only going into half, but you also get the ball back at the start of the 3rd. For Burgard, you keep it a 1-score game, and you get some momentum going into halftime despite trailing. 2nd and goal from the 17. Jenkins takes the snap, looks to his right. He throws in. It's just out of the reach of Burgard. Nice look there. He was open, but that pass just out of the reach of the big man.
Just too. It was close. He was just. It looked like it even went off his fingertips right there.
And that really quick play. Still 30 seconds left in the first half. It'll be 3rd and goal now for Cheektowaga. They got to find the end zone on this play or the next if they want to add a touchdown before going into half. Penalty backed them up 15 yards after they thought they had a touchdown. Jenkins drops back, looks, gets a pass off, and he hit. I believe that was Haynes in the hand.
It was Haynes right off his, and it looked like he got one arm on it. Couldn't bring it down, though, but did get a hand on that one.
But he just, couldn't bring it in. And that brings up a big 4th and 17 now for the Warriors. Burgard's defense done a nice job weathering the storm here in this first half. They've had things not go their way. They forced 2 turnovers. They've had a touchdown taken away from Cheektowaga. They've had a lot to deal with here in this first half. Now 4th and 17. He's able to swing it out to Clark. He's able to get past the first defender, but can't get by the second. Nice tackle there by Zinnerman. And Burgard does exactly what they were hoping. They get the stop and keep this a 1-score game.
Penalties, penalties, penalties. That really is the theme of this game today.
And Burgard's offense will come back out with 15 3/10 of a second left in this first half. I can't imagine the Bulldogs doing anything too crazy here. We've already seen 3 turnovers in this first half, 2 for Cheektowaga, 1 for Burgard. Don't think they want to risk coughing it up and giving Cheektowaga a chance to score.
So I'm going to give we have a ref that's out here watching the game, Mr. John Godfrey. It was an illegal participation, 12 men on the field for Cheektowaga. That's why the TD was called back. John Godfrey, thank you so much for clarifying that for us. We really appreciate that, as we got a great referee that was out there watching this game.
No surprise. It's my counting that, bit me in the backside. That's always been an issue for me, math. And Burgard going to kneel out this one to end the first half. So through 24 minutes here at Riverside High School in this Class B matchup, Cheektowaga, the visitors, leading Burgard 14-6. We'll take a halftime break, get some messages in from our friends and sponsors, but be right back for 3rd and 4th quarter action here on Western New York Athletics.
300 Level Media is a locally owned and operated, multi-purpose media company right here in Western New York. You'll find us everywhere, covering the Bills, Sabres, Buttes, Bisons, Big Four basketball, local college sports, and much more. Our staff offers a variety of media services, from video production, live event coverage, audio broadcasts, professional voiceovers, camera operation, and videography. Visit www.300levelmedia.com or give us a call at 716-427-2600. This is 300 Level Media.
When it's time to sell your home, start with a visit to howardhanna.com, ranked the #1 real estate site for sellers. A few clicks will show you the sales price you can expect for your home. We can get you the most money in the quickest amount of time because we know where the local buyers are and how to reach them. So if it's time to sell your home, visit howardhanna.com today, and we'll match you with a local Howard Hanna agent to sell your home fast.
At Chiro First Wellness, your health and well-being is our passion. Let us take care of you and your family like one of our own.
Chiro First Wellness Center is dedicated to providing patients long-term relief and teaching them how to continue taking care of themselves. With a blend of different techniques, services, and personalized treatment plans, we'll help you find wellness in a way that's right for you. Between chiropractic care, spinal decompression, nutritional counseling, massage therapy, custom orthotics, and more, your relief is in our hands. If twisting, popping, and cracking intimidate you, our Pro Adjuster restores the same range of motion as a physical adjustment would with gentle, repeated tapping.
Dr. Mo at Chiro First has been taking care of my back needs for the past 4 years. His staff treats you like family. I've had the traction, I've had the massage done, and every time leave here feeling fresh and brand new.
Chiro First Wellness Center. Your health and well-being. Our passion.
Call 835-WOLF. Remember, you calling the wolf. That's all you had to say. Call today.
Why do you exercise? To look better? To feel better? To drop a few pounds? To train for an event? To defy age? Or to keep your ability to say yes to the things you love to do? Whatever motivates you, G&G Fitness Equipment is here to get you there. Treadmills, ellipticals, rowers, bikes, home gyms, and accessories. We'll pair you with the right equipment, teach you how to use it, and be there every step of your fitness journey. G&G Fitness. Your goal is our goal.
Are you in pain from a no-fault car accident? Don't wait. Call RES Physical Medicine and Rehab today and take advantage of our 24 to 48-hour appointment pledge. One of our medical professionals will see you within 48 hours. RES offers DXD imaging for a more accurate diagnosis in less time. This allows our doctors to coordinate the most effective treatment plan to get you on your way to recovery faster. Feel better with RES Physical Medicine and Rehab. Click or call today to learn more.
There's nothing better than owning the perfect house to come home to. You've earned it, and we'll make it happen. Our local real estate experts and in-house team of financial professionals make buying or selling your home simple. Howard Hanna. Home happens here.
Logistics Plus is a global transportation provider headquartered in Erie, PA, with locations worldwide, including right here in Western New York. Logistics Plus is consistently recognized as a fast-growing transportation and logistics company, great supply chain partner, top freight broker, leading project cargo manager, and a great place to work. With a strong passion for excellence, our 500-plus employees put the plus in logistics. Call our Buffalo office today for an efficient, personal approach for all of your transportation needs. WNYathletics.com is the premier high school sports website in Western New York, providing the best sports coverage of Section 6 and Monsignor Martin leagues. Check out our page for daily game recaps and late-breaking sports news. Our online scoreboards are updated in real time. Never miss a goal or touchdown. Visit WNYathletics.com today or follow us on Twitter, like us on Facebook, and subscribe to our YouTube.
300 Level Media is a locally owned and operated multi-purpose media company right here in Western New York. You'll find us everywhere covering the Bills, Sabres, Buttes, Bisons, Big Four basketball, local college sports, and much more. Our staff offers a variety of media services, from video production, live event coverage, audio broadcasts, professional voiceovers, camera operation, and videography. Visit www.300levelmedia.com or give us a call at 716-427-2600. This is 300 Level Media.
When it's time to sell your home, start with a visit to howardhanna.com, ranked the #1 real estate site for sellers. A few clicks will show you the sales price you can expect for your home. We can get you the most money in the quickest amount of time because we know where the local buyers are and how to reach them. So if it's time to sell your home, visit howardhanna.com today, and we'll match you with a local Howard Hanna agent to sell your home fast.
At Cairo First Wellness, your health and well-being is our passion. Let us take care of you and your family like one of our own.
Cairo First Wellness Center is dedicated to providing patients long-term relief and teaching them how to continue taking care of themselves. With a blend of different techniques, services, and personalized treatment plans, we'll help you find wellness in a way that's right for you. Between chiropractic care, spinal decompression, nutritional counseling, massage therapy, custom orthotics, and more, your relief is in our hands. If twisting, popping, and cracking intimidate you, our Pro Adjuster restores the same range of motion as a physical adjustment would with gentle, repeated tapping.
Dr. Mo at Cairo First has been taking care of my back needs for the past 4 years. His staff treats you like family. I've had the traction, I've had the massage done, and every time leave here feeling fresh and brand new.
Cairo First Wellness Center. Your health and well-being, our passion.
Call 835-WOLF. Remember, you calling the wolf. That's all you had to say. Call today.
Why do you exercise? To look better? To feel better? To drop a few pounds? To train for an event? To defy age? Or to keep your ability to say yes to the things you love to do? Whatever motivates you, G&G Fitness Equipment is here to get you there. Treadmills, ellipticals, rowers, bikes, home gyms, and accessories. We'll pair you with the right equipment, teach you how to use it, and be there every step of your fitness journey. G&G Fitness. Your goal is our goal.
Are you in pain from a no-fault car accident? Don't wait. Call RES Physical Medicine and Rehab today and take advantage of our 24 to 48-hour appointment pledge. One of our medical professionals will see you within 48 hours. RES offers DXD imaging for a more accurate diagnosis in less time. This allows our doctors to coordinate the most effective treatment plan to get you on your way to recovery faster. Feel better with RES Physical Medicine and Rehab. Click or call today to learn more.
There's nothing better than owning the perfect house to come home to. You've earned it, and we'll make it happen. Our local real estate experts and in-house team of financial professionals make buying or selling your home simple. Howard Hanna. Home happens here.
Logistics Plus is a global transportation provider headquartered in Erie, PA with locations worldwide, including right here in Western New York. Logistics Plus is consistently recognized as a fast-growing transportation and logistics company, great supply chain partner, top freight broker, leading project cargo manager, and a great place to work. With a strong passion for excellence, our 500-plus employees put the plus in logistics. Call our Buffalo office today for an efficient, personal approach for all of your transportation needs. WNYathletics.com is the premier high school sports website in Western New York, providing the best sports coverage of Section 6 and Monsignor Martin leagues. Check out our page for daily game recaps and late-breaking sports news. Our online scoreboards are updated in real time. Never miss a goal or touchdown. Visit WNYathletics.com today or follow us on Twitter, like us on Facebook, and subscribe to our YouTube.
When it's time to sell your home, start with a visit to howardhanna.com, ranked the #1 real estate site for sellers. A few clicks will show you the sales price you can expect for your home. We can get you the most money in the quickest amount of time because we know where the local buyers are and how to reach them. So if it's time to sell your home, visit howardhanna.com today, and we'll match you with a local Howard Hanna agent to sell your home fast.
I love being home.
At Cairo First Wellness, your health and well-being is our passion. Let us take care of you and your family like one of our own.
Cairo First Wellness Center is dedicated to providing patients long-term relief and teaching them how to continue taking care of themselves. With a blend of different techniques, services, and personalized treatment plans, we'll help you find wellness in a way that's right for you. Between chiropractic care, spinal decompression, nutritional counseling, massage therapy, custom orthotics, and more, your relief is in our hands. If twisting, popping, and cracking intimidate you, our Pro Adjuster restores the same range of motion as a physical adjustment would with gentle, repeated tapping.
Dr. Mo at Cairo First has been taking care of my back needs for the past 4 years. His staff treats you like family. I've had the traction, I've had the massage done, and every time leave here feeling fresh and brand new.
Cairo First Wellness Center. Your health and well-being. Our passion.
At Cairo First Wellness, your health and well-being is our passion. Let us take care of you and your family like
WNYathletics.com is the premier high school sports website in Western New York, providing the best sports coverage of Section 6 and Monsignor Martin leagues. Check out our page for daily game recaps and late-breaking sports news. Our online scoreboards are updated in real time. Never miss a goal or touchdown. Visit WNYathletics.com today or follow us on Twitter, like us on Facebook, and subscribe to our YouTube.
I love being home.
There's nothing better than owning the perfect house to come home to. You've earned it, and we'll make it happen. Our local real estate experts and in-house team of financial professionals make buying or selling your home simple. Howard Hanna. Home happens here.
I love being home.
Logistics Plus is a global transportation provider headquartered in Erie, PA with locations worldwide, including right here in Western New York. Logistics Plus is consistently recognized as a fast-growing transportation and logistics company, great supply chain partner, top freight broker, leading project cargo manager, and a great place to work. With a strong passion for excellence, our 500-plus employees put the plus in logistics. Call our Buffalo office today for an efficient, personal approach for all of your transportation needs.
Welcome back to WNYathletics.com, WNY Athletics, YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, wherever you may be watching tonight. We are back and just about ready for second half action between Burgard and Cheektowaga, the Bulldogs and Warriors out at Riverside High School tonight in Buffalo, New York for a Section 6 Class B1 football matchup. John Simon, Tom Prince here bringing you the action and just about ready to get the second half underway here. Cheektowaga on top 14-6 through 24 minutes of play. And so far the story in this game, turnovers and lots of flags.
Now, come in, halftime, both teams get a chance to reset. Who's going to clean up some of those the fastest is going to be the one who wins this game, right? Clean up the penalties and no turnovers.
Burgard kicking off here as they return the opening kick in the first quarter. It's going to be Clark here for Cheektowaga. He takes it out just past the 40 before being brought down. And that'll be a nice starting spot for the Warriors, who didn't close the second half on the best of notes. A penalty for 12 men on the field, as we were told during halftime. That's what they got called for. It negated what would have been their third touchdown, so took an 8-point lead into halftime instead of what could have been a 2-score lead.
On that tackle was number 15, Kevon Walker, 9th grader right there.
Yeah.
So, again, we've been talking about the youth out on this field, and they've been coming up big on both sides of the ball.
Back in it, running back for Cheektowaga is Cameron Warburton. He was on the Warriors sideline for the last few plays of the second quarter. But Jenkins will look to throw on first down. It's a deep pass on the left side of the field, and it's intercepted. There's no flags on the field. The interception is good, and that's Brandon McNeil picking that off for Burgard.
Big interception right there. That really is. So we talked about it, right? Who's going to overcome the turnovers? They get a turnover right here to start off. Now the question, can Burgard capitalize on this? They just haven't been able to capitalize on some of the mistakes right now. This is big. Now you get the ball. Now you get a chance to tie this thing up.
And so Burgard's offense coming out for the first time in the second half. And I said that the interception there was Brandon McNeil. I think it was actually Lafario Ross, number 3. Ross is a defensive back, and McNeil is a linebacker. It was hard to see that number on the far side of the field, but I think Ross got that interception because I saw McNeil coming onto the field after he got it. Anyway, 1st and 10 snap for Burgard, and Kyrie Egan looking to run that himself, but didn't pick up much, and from where they're spotting it was actually a loss of 1. So 2nd and 11 for the Bulldogs now. Got just 1 touchdown in the first half. It was a passing touchdown from Eaglin to Nasir Zinnerman. Tied the game up at 6 at that point. Eaglin back in the gun. Looks to throw. Steps up, feels some pressure, and he's going to try and bring the pile ahead, but he's not going to bring it far. Might have gotten back to the original line of scrimmage, but that's not going to be a big gain. And that'll bring up 3rd and long here for Burgard.
And coming up big on the stop was the big man we've been talking about today, number 7, Jaden Dubard. He comes up big as he makes the stop on that one. He really wrapped him up so he couldn't move his legs anymore, and things stop right there.
Yeah, the play was, I mean, he was never brought down, Eaglin was, but the play just stopped because Dubard was just kind of holding him in place. He just planted his feet in the ground and was making sure the runner wasn't going any further. So a little less than 2 minutes gone by in this 3rd quarter. Burgard looking to keep this series alive. Eaglin gets the snap. Looks to throw. He sees more pressure, and it's Dubard again. The big man, number 7 in white, brings down Eaglin for a huge loss there. And this isn't only going to be a punt from Burgard, Tom, but they got to be careful. They're pretty deep in their own end. Don't want to make any costly mistakes.
Tell you, that Conley Cup committee's looking, right?
Mm-hmm.
Dubard's done it both sides of the ball today, where he's come up big with sacks. That's his 2nd sack of the game, if I'm correct. And he's also got a touchdown to his credit, too. So you're talking about he has come up big so far for this Cheektowaga team on both sides of the ball.
Yeah, they've even tried to utilize him in the passing game, just overthrew him once, but he's had a couple nice runs.
Was it the 2-point conversion or was
it
it
the
a
2-point?
touchdown?
Yeah, he scored on
Yep.
the 2-point conversion that eventually was, or that was successful. That gave them the 14-6 lead. Now Burgard able to get a punt away, and it takes a favorable bounce. And you see Kyrie Eaglin telling one of his teammates there, that was Iman Thomas, got to let that ball go a little bit further, down to
that
just a
still
couple
had
yards
some
ahead.
life to it. That may have
Yeah.
gone another 5, 6, 7 yards. Who knows? But that had some life to it still.
Yeah, that's a tough break for Burgard there. I mean, you never know what could happen, but yeah, that certainly looked like it was taking another big bounce the opposite way. So Cheektowaga, they've gotten a lot of favorable starting spots tonight, their offense, fouling Burgard punts or turnovers. they've started, around the 50 or around either 40-yard line on each side pretty much every series so far. So 8:59 to go in the third. The Warriors had the ball once again. They're going to hand that one off to Henlin. And he's tracked down and brought down for no gain. Although he ran quite a ways on that. Just, went from one side of the field to the other just to pick up no yards.
I actually liked Deshaun Howard on that play, number 11. He comes up big, I thought, the senior defensive back. He actually cuts the route right there as he was running, got in front, gets his shoulder in, and really was a big reason for the stop on that play.
So it's no gain, no loss for Cheektowaga on that run. 2nd and 10 for the Warriors. Clock still running. Down to 8:15 in the third. Jenkins takes the snap, hands it off. It's Warburton, and they didn't have to hit him even below the waist that time, which has usually been their strategy, either that or gang tackling, but that's only a 1-yard gain, and they just kind of bumped him there. I don't know who got a piece of him, but they were able to slow him down quick. So it'll be 3rd and 9, right at midfield for Cheektowaga. Got off to a slow start in this third quarter with the interception by Jenkins just a few minutes ago. Now he gets a pass off over the middle, but that one's incomplete. Was looking for Ja'Cory Haynes there across the middle. Some nice coverage there by Lafario Ross, who had that interception just a few plays ago.
But does a good job of getting his hand right there, because that's close to a first down right there, and he actually stops a possible first down opportunity or a real 4th and 1, right? An opportunity for Cheektowaga to possibly go for it easily on 4th down.
And Burgard has Nasir Zinnerman back to receive a punt, but the Warriors look like they're going for it on 4th and 9 here at midfield. And nope, now they're going to go into punt formation. Back there to kick it, Jordan Bernack. He gets the punt away, and it takes a bounce, hits a Cheektowaga player right at the 31. He didn't mean to down it there. I don't think that was rolling much further, though, but nice job by Cheektowaga to pin Burgard back somewhat deep. They got to go 70-plus yards to find the end zone here. And that punt by Jordan Benak, senior wide receiver and defensive back, but obviously does the punting duties for Cheektowaga as well. And he's going to remain in there.
We've already seen much more passing this half. Have you noticed that?
Mm-hmm.
Both teams coming out throwing the ball much more than they did in the first half.
Eagle's got 3 wide receivers and the tight end out there. Sets the tight end in motion. Takes the snap, rolls to his right, gets the pass away. And that's a gain of about 5. A nice job there by Knox to bring that one in. It's a couple receptions there on the night for Jason Knox. They've thrown his way a couple times. Junior wide receiver for Burgard. There's a pickup of about 4. And that'll stop the clock for the Bulldogs as well as he was pushed out of bounds. Burgard's only touchdown of this game did come through the air. It was a 22-yard pass from Eaglin to Zinnerman back in the early stages of the second quarter. Now on 2nd and 6, they'll hand it off. And the pile's still moving. They return the wheels to try and pick up another yard or 2 there. And it looks like it'll still be 3rd and about 3. And I didn't even really see who made that run for Burgard. I couldn't tell from the pile in there.
It was Zinnerman. He did a great job as obviously the only way the pile moves is you keep those feet moving, keep those legs driving. He absolutely kept it driving, and then he gets the push from his teammates to try to get an extra yard or 2 out of that.
So they mark it as 3rd and 2. Burgard right at their own 40. Under 6.5 to play in this third quarter. Eaglin sees quick pressure. He's able to get a throw away. It's a first down and then some more, and now he's going up the sideline. It's Ross, and a nice catch and run there for Lafario Ross. All he needed was 2 yards to get the first down. He ended up picking up much more than that. Gets Burgard inside the 30, and that's one of the biggest offensive plays we've seen from the Bulldogs so far.
Breaks a tackle right at the first down marker, broke a big tackle right there, and then took off, almost gets away. He gets one tackler, and he's going all the way to the end zone right there if he could break one more tackle.
Puts him at the 27 at Cheektowaga. Burgard down 8 right now, looking to cut their deficit down and maybe even tie it with a successful 2-point conversion. Handoff. Zinnerman able to break the first tackle and gets ahead for a couple more before being brought down by a pair of defenders. It's another nice run for him on this series.
On that tackle was number 51, Marquand Page, the junior defensive lineman, 6 foot, 230-pounder.
So he picked up 5 there. Second down for Burgard. Zinnerman in motion. Eaglin will look to throw, though, over the middle, and he had his receiver open. Just unable to make the catch was Kevon Walker. And that was another nice look there. Might have been a little out in front of him, but I thought, he got his hands on it. That was a nice chance.
It was out in front of him, no doubt. He had to really reach for it. Was definitely out in front of him. It would have been, I think if he would have got it a little closer to the body, definitely would have been a catch. And then who knows what happens after that catch, because it looks like he had a little open field there after the catch.
3rd and 5 for Burgard from the Cheektowaga 23. Under 5 to play in the third quarter. Bulldogs looking for their first win of the season. Cheektowaga looking to get back above 500 to improve to 2-1. Eaglin in the shotgun. And he got someone to jump early. No flags being thrown, though. And he's going to be brought down hard by a couple of defenders there from Cheektowaga. The main one in there, Trevion Slaughter, the big defensive lineman, 325. That's a lot of pounds to be throwing you down to the turf there.
So we're going to give you a score update. We have another game going on tonight over at West Seneca, where West Seneca East is getting their opportunity to play their first game on their home field. They currently lead East Aurora Holland 21-0 in the first quarter.
Big start for the Trojans out in West Seneca, breaking in that new field at their stadium. 4th and 10 here. For Burgard, they're going to go for it from the 28. Cheektowaga, he's got to get a quick throw away, and it's knocked down. He was looking for Zinnerman. Eaglin got a nice throw off, and it was an even better play to break that pass up. I believe that was
number 8, Jalen Henlin is who it was, the junior linebacker, right? Goes out there as a linebacker, comes up big.
Yeah, Henlin back there in coverage. Don't typically see linebackers defending receivers like that, but he made a nice play to jump up and knock that ball down. And now Cheektowaga going to get it back.
Yeah, he doesn't get his hand on that. That's a touchdown right there. That's a game save, or not a game save, but it's a touchdown saving play right there. And at the same time, 4th down, you just got your team the ball and some momentum on your team's hands.
Cheektowaga's offense has been pretty quiet since they retook the lead midway through the second quarter. Warburton getting the first down touch here, and once again, he's just swallowed up. He has been even quieter than the offense as a whole here in this second half. Burgard has done a great job controlling Cheektowaga's big tailback.
And on that first one in on the tackle with that stop right there was number 57, Yaris Patrick, the junior defensive lineman on that one.
Man, they don't
if you think about it, right, Warburton comes out, this game starts out with that touchdown, right, went for 20 yards on that, ran for another 20-yard play, and they've really kind of kept him in check since those first 2 runs of the game.
Yeah, I can't remember him doing anything too significant since then. Now we got a big jump on the near side here. That was Clark going offside for Cheektowaga, and they almost didn't catch that.
I was going to say the same thing. I was waiting for the flag on that, and it was literally, I think him stopping really was a big reason for the flag.
Well, also over on the Burgard sideline, I don't know if it was Jason Cobb, but one of those coaches over there, they were ready to run all the way across the field to make sure that penalty was called. So it'll be 2nd and 15 for Cheektowaga following that penalty. Jenkins has had a pretty solid night tonight. His main blemish, just an interception that he threw early in this 3rd quarter. Going to hand it off to Warburton here. Goes out to the left side, breaks the first tackle, and now he's met by some defenders, and they're going to push him back. But it looks like he got a couple with forward progress, and now he's got to be separated by his teammate from one of the Bulldog defenders.
On that tackle, the first one there was number 14, Jason Rivera, the senior linebacker for Burgard.
And yeah, I was going to say a moment ago, this Bulldog defense, it doesn't have a ton of size to it. The biggest guy out there really for the Bulldogs is one of those defensive tackles, 69 Sam Palmer. But other than that, none of those guys physically match up with Warburton. So I'm just surprised how well they've done.
I like 44 too. Doug Washington's a bigger guy. You can see how strong he is out there too.
Yeah.
That's the sophomore we talked about earlier.
Yeah, he's got some size. But Warburton just so big and strong as a runner, and they've really done a nice job controlling him. Now they miscue on the handoff there between Jenkins and Warburton, and that's going to be another little to no gain for Cheektowaga. Warriors going to have to punt here on 4th down.
And number 8, Lamar Hampton, the junior linebacker, comes up and makes the tackle on that one. You saw it, gets right down to the legs, make the tackle at the legs. That's big. Huge stop here for Burgard. Again, waiting for a team to capitalize on some of these stops or the mistakes. Burgard needs to come up big right here.
Yeah, we're in the final minute of the 3rd quarter now. Cheektowaga set to punt this one away. Zinnerman right around midfield, set to return it for the Bulldogs. Good snap. Punt is away. It's going to land right around the 40. Takes a nice roll for Cheektowaga, though, all the way to the Burgard 45. And he'll be down just inside there with 22.5 seconds left in the frame.
And you see that bounce it took, what did it go, another
15
yards right there? Think about that when Burgard stopped it. Could they have gotten those same 15 yards and sent it down to almost to the 35-yard line on that last one?
Right. Yeah, just a lot of things could have gone a lot of different ways for both these sides tonight, but they're weathering the storm well. It's still very much anybody's game. 8-point difference on the scoreboard. Still got a whole quarter to play and some change. Burgard doesn't have to hurry with anything on this possession. They can flip the field going into the 4th quarter as long as they hold on to the ball for the next 22.5 seconds. Eaglin takes the snap from under center. It's a handoff, and Zinnerman not able to get far on that run. He was swallowed up just as he got back to the line of scrimmage.
And on that tackle was number 51, Marquand Page. We talked about him a couple times already tonight.
And that'll take it to the end of the 3rd quarter. Cheektowaga holding the same lead that they had at the end of the first half, 14-6 over Burgard. We'll take another quick break and be right back for 4th quarter action here on WNY Athletics.
At Cairo First Wellness, your health and well-being is our passion. Let us take care of you and your family like one of our own.
Cairo First Wellness Center is dedicated to providing patients long-term relief and teaching them how to continue taking care of themselves. With a blend of different techniques, services, and personalized treatment plans, we'll help you find wellness in a way that's right for you. Between chiropractic care, spinal decompression, nutritional counseling, massage therapy, custom orthotics, and more. Your relief is in our hands. If twisting, popping, and cracking intimidate you, our Pro Adjuster restores the same range of motion as a physical adjustment would with gentle, repeated tapping.
Dr. Mo at Chiro First has been taking care of my back needs for the past 4 years. His staff treats you like family. I've had the traction, I've had the massage done, and every time leave here feeling fresh and brand new.
Chiro First Wellness Center. Your health and well-being. Our passion.
When it's time to sell your home, start with a visit to howardhanna.com, ranked the #1 real estate site for sellers. A few clicks will show you the sales price you can expect for your home. We can get you the most money in the quickest amount of time because we know where the local buyers are and how to reach them. So if it's time to sell your home, visit howardhanna.com today, and we'll match you with a local Howard Hanna agent to sell your home fast.
I love being home.
Welcome back, WNY Athletics. Start of the fourth quarter here at Riverside between Burgard and Cheektowaga, as we just saw a 2nd and 10 play from the Burgard Bulldogs. That pass from Kyrie Eaglin, incomplete, looking for Lamar Hampton. To 14-6, Cheektowaga Warrior lead as we start the fourth quarter here at Riverside High School. John Simon, Tom Prince bringing you the action for Western New York Athletics. It's a Class B matchup between a couple B1 division opponents. Cheektowaga currently in 3rd, sitting at 1-1. Burgard in 5th out of 7 teams with an 0-2 tally. 3rd and 10 now for the Bulldogs. They're at their own 44. Still down a score in this one. Eaglin quickly gets it away to Ross. Ross makes a nifty move, gets to the middle of the field, but the ball's loose. We'll see who got on it, but Cheektowaga thinks they have it. And they do rule it. Warriors ball. So that's 2 turnovers apiece now on each side, I'm pretty sure. Cheektowaga's fumbled it twice, and they've thrown an interception. So that's 3 for Cheektowaga, 2 now for Burgard, the 5th turnover all in this game. But that's a big break for Cheektowaga in the fourth quarter. Now they got a great opportunity to go up 2 scores.
Absolutely, and it comes up with that recovery is number 22, Quincy Landau, the senior defensive back, comes up big right there as Cheektowaga now gets their chance to capitalize.
Just 14 seconds off the clock here in the fourth quarter. They run it with Henlon. Picks up about 5 on that rush to the left side. And for Cheektowaga, this offense has been, again, like I said, really quiet since that midway portion of the second quarter. They were able to retake the lead on a 9-yard passing touchdown from Jenkins to Tariq Clark. But since then, the interception and just the lack of ability to get the run game going has kept them off the scoreboard. 2nd and 5 now. Henlon makes a nice move to get by the first defender. Looks like he got the first down before being brought to the turf. And he is now doing a nice job bringing some life back to the Warriors' rushing attack. Able to get the first down there. They move the chains, and Warburton, Cheektowaga's first-string running back, had a nice start. Scored on a 21-yard touchdown run on Cheektowaga's first offensive play back in the early stages of the first quarter. But since then, he's been held relatively in check by the Bulldogs. 1st and 10 from the 36. Looks like a Bulldog defender jumped, but must not have gone offside. Jenkins looking to the sideline, confirming the play with his coaching staff. Now takes it, hands it. It's Henlon again. Gets some nice space out to the left side, and he picked up another first down on that run. So the start of the fourth quarter here so far, it's the Jalen Henlon show. His number 8 in white all of a sudden shouldering the load for this Cheektowaga offense. They're down at the Burgard 22, knocking on the door of the Bulldogs' red zone. Cheektowaga's possessions so far in this half have ended in punts or an interception. So a touchdown here to go up 2 scores would be huge. Jenkins takes the snap, fakes the handoff, feels some pressure as he was looking to throw, so he tries to run it, but he's going to get stuffed there right around the 21, 22. Might not have gotten any gain there. And that'll bring up 2nd and 10.
Yeah, it looks like they may have given him a yard right there as
yeah.
they're moving him up. Actually, 2 yards they gave him on that one.
That's pretty favorable. I didn't think he got that far back, but we're not the ones making the decisions. They are. Clock down to 9 minutes and change in regulation in this one. 2nd and 8. Henlin, another run. Scampers out to the right side before being brought down by a pair of defenders. That'll be another nice gain of a couple.
Henlin's really done a good job in the second half, really taking on some of that load.
He's just quicker side to side. Warburton's very powerful, and he's tough to bring down. Don't get me wrong, he's got speed, but Henlin just makes these quicker cuts than he does. He's able to move between the tacklers. And that's something that you thought Warburton wouldn't have had trouble in this game, Tom, running through the tacklers, because in most cases he just runs through them. But Burgard has done a nice job with making sure he doesn't do that tonight. Henlin, another run here on 3rd down. He gets some space, gets to the end zone, and he crosses the plane. Touchdown, Cheektowaga. And Jalen Henlin doing it all on this drive, only fitting for him to cap it off with a touchdown run. And that gives the Warriors the 26 lead that they were looking for back when they thought they had it in the second quarter.
Very good drive there. Really good drive. That's what we were waiting for, a team to capitalize on someone's mistake, right? Fumble here. Cheektowaga capitalizes and scores.
Now they'll go for the extra point.
Oh.
Snap was botched. Now they're going to look to throw it. Looks like that is Clark trying to run it in. And it's no good. He was forced out of bounds before reaching the goal line. So that'll keep the score at 20-6. Nice break there for Burgard. That keeps it at just a 14-point deficit.
Well, it was a high snap, as you saw. Definitely a high snap that came into play. Clark actually does a great job of barehanding that, almost making something that was unbelievable. It could have been a highlight type play, the way that he actually almost puts it down, pulls it back up before it's blocked. Does a great job actually there. Unfortunately, can't finish it all the way through, though.
So that gives the Warriors a 2-score lead. 20-6, they're on top with 8:03 to play in this one. And while we have a moment, we haven't mentioned our entire officiating squad. They've certainly gotten their work tonight with all the flags being thrown. But big thanks to Mike Binkowski, Augie Taboni, Tony Marabella, Dan Colploys, and Mike Chattel, our 5 officials for tonight. And they're just about ready to have Cheektowaga kick this ball away. Burgard facing a tough deficit right now, down 14 with 8 minutes to play. It's their largest deficit of the game. Looking for their first win of the season.
Got a score update over at West Seneca as West Seneca East leads East Aurora Holland 28-0 in the second quarter.
Trojans just off to a nice start in Class B, and that ball was knocked around by Cheektowaga. That was a strange sequence there, but Burgard's going to get it. They'll start from their own 35-36. I think that ball was first touched by Cheektowaga. Like, one of the players must have thought it was touched by Burgard first. I'm not sure, but like I said, Burgard going to come out of this with possession. Actually, they'll get a better spot than I thought. They're going to start at their own 40.
This, again, a big possession for Burgard, right? You have to score here with 7:58. The way Cheektowaga is running the ball and taking time off the clock, this becomes a big possession to cut this down to a one-score game.
And despite there are only 6 points coming via a passing score, there's a nice throw by Elgin, and he completes it. I was just going to say the passing game has been spotty for Burgard tonight, but there's a big pickup. Elgin hooking up with Deshaun Howard, and that's a big gain. A 60-yard pickup. They're down to Cheektowaga's 20.
Like we said, they had to come out. They come out throwing. They come out with a big play right here. Now they've got to finish this off, put this one in the end zone. If they can strike quickly, boy, definitely enough time to be able to make a stop and come down and be able to either go for winning the ball game or hopefully at least to be able to tie it up.
And again, my math was off. 40-yard pickup, not 60 yards there. Need another 20 to get to the end zone. Here's Elgin's throw on 1st and 10 to the end zone, and it went off the hands of a Cheektowaga defender. It was Jaden English back there in coverage.
That was Clark
back
actually.
there. And, yeah, that was a nice throw, but just able to get in front of the pass. Hard to see those gold numbers sometimes on the white jerseys, especially from all the way up here. 2nd and 10 now for Burgard. At the 20, looking to cut this deficit down. Sees pressure, able to get it away. That one short. Hits the turf, incomplete. That time, Eaglin again looking for Walker.
Big 3rd down play right here. I mean, absolutely they're in the zone that they're going to go for it on 4th down, right? But you've got to make sure you make it a manageable possession to be able to try to convert this.
Aside from the big pass a few plays ago from Eaglin to Howard, there really hasn't been much from Burgard in this second half offensively. Eaglin takes the 3rd down snap, looks over the middle, completes it to Ross. He got hit right as he made the catch. We'll see where they spot it, but I don't think it was enough for Burgard to get the first. No, it'll be 4th and 3, maybe 2.
But a very manageable one, right? They did exactly what I said they needed to do, at least if they're not going to get that first down. Make it manageable for you to be able to do something. Now you've got options. Can you run the ball or pass the ball versus absolutely have to pass the ball? And again, that was Clark on that tackle. He comes up big with that big hit right there to make sure he doesn't go for a first down.
They're actually, okay, they just changed it back to 4th and 3 on the scoreboard. It was 4th and 3, the 4th and 4, then 4th and 3 again. So 4th and 3 from the 14. Eaglin, quick pass right over the middle, connects with Walker. He's spun down, and they actually rule it incomplete. I thought he had control of it and was brought down. Either way, Cheektowaga forcing another turnover on downs. It's a huge stop for the Warriors, and they got the ball back up 2 scores with just little time left.
6:20 left in that game. Like we talked about, this was going to be a big possession because you know what's going to happen right now. Cheektowaga is going to run the ball and take as much time off this clock as they can.
And they move the ball with noticeable ease on their last series. That one ended with a 20-yard touchdown run from Jalen Henlin. He took every single carry on that drive, and there he is again, getting the handoff and gaining a couple yards out to the right side. And if this drive goes as the last one did for Cheektowaga, they'll be likely coming out of here with their 2nd victory of the season, improving to 2-1. And now we see the big man Warburton back in the Warriors' backfield.
Clock keeps just ticking right now. 5:45 and counting.
This will be Clark on the end around. Gets hit low there and knocked out of bounds, or they looked like they were. They said they stopped.
Well,
they
stop the clock to move
it,
the chains is what they do, right?
Yeah,
they'll stop it and move them, and then you'll see they'll start that clock right up here.
No, yeah.
Yep.
Didn't know if he had picked up the first down or not, but he got it. 1st and 10, 25-yard line. Warburton gets the handoff, trying to use his lead blocker to pick up more yards, but got enough to move the chains again.
That was the type of runs we saw from him in the first quarter, right? Early on in the game where he came out bursting on the scene with 2 huge runs. That's the kind of running we saw from him early in the game.
Gets the clock inside 5 minutes. Again, Cheektowaga just sitting on this lead and trying to protect the ball. Get some movement on the line, and now we got a flag. Looked like it was Burgard's defensive tackle, Palmer. I'll move Cheektowaga up 5 yards. Doesn't really do much for the Warriors unless, they end this drive with a touchdown, but really that just takes away yards for them to chew up and time to take off the clock. Inside 4 to play now. Warburton getting another touch. Gets out to the left side. Gets just enough for a first down. He's brought down right around midfield. The Warriors running game really didn't do too much in the third quarter. Weren't able to add on to their 14-6 halftime lead, but ground game has come alive here in the final frame. Henlon able to give them a 2-score lead. And so far, it's helped them run this clock down to 3.5 left in this game. Another handoff to Warburton. Only got about yard, maybe 2 there.
You can see Cheektowaga not in a hurry. The clock is their favor right now.
And Burgard not even using timeouts to try and slow this down or at least take Cheektowaga's offense off the field for a minute. As you see Warburton, another nice run there, able to move the sticks again.
This was the running back we saw early on, right? Really just fighting through, getting every single yard, tough to tackle. It's exactly what we saw, and he's finishing this game the way he started this game and be able to give Cheektowaga what looks like, if they can keep things going right here, a win.
If that win stands, as we said, they'll improve to 2-1, stay in the top portion of that B1 division. Trying to be one of those teams to get that 2 playoff spots. Hand off to Clark here. Going to be dropped for a loss of a couple. Hampton in there on the stop for Burgard. And with the way that this season's been going, as we get a timeout called by Burgard, it seems like that the B1 division really going to come down to Cheektowaga, Iroquois, and Pioneer. Top 2 teams that will come out of that trio.
And really, you've seen Iroquois already started to separate itself a little bit out there, right? And then we saw Pioneer right here against Burgard with a huge victory in that one. They look very strong there also. So I'll tell you right now is you have to look at Pioneer and Iroquois right now as two teams that are going to be, right there. And I'm going to tell you, we also talked about that the first game Iroquois had in a struggle against West Seneca East. That West Seneca East team is also somebody, watch out. They're better than what their record is so far. And as they're showing it right now as they're out there playing East Aurora Holland.
And Cheektowaga will face Pioneer on they are playing on Friday. It's supposed to play them on Friday, so that'll be a quick turnaround for Cheektowaga. Playing on just 3 days rest.
Been a couple changes to the schedule. I don't know if that's one of them. I know some got moved to Saturday to give the extra one. I'm not sure if that was one of them. There's been so much flux in the schedule due to teams on pause right now.
2nd and 14 for the Warriors. Out of the timeout. Warburton takes the handoff. Gets slowed up around the 40 and gets met by probably more than half of the Burgard defense there. And they finally bring him down.
I was going to say the same thing. I was going to say that was half the team out there that just tackled them.
Yeah. Yeah, the entire defense is over there. And now we get another Burgard timeout. Not exactly sure why they decided to wait until now to use these timeouts when Cheektowaga was burning time off the clock 4 or 5 minutes ago with a 2-score. I mean, the lead is still the same. There's just 4 or 5 less minutes of time on the clock. I don't see why you save the timeouts. If you get a stop now, that's great. But if you got to stop earlier and got a quick score, you would have had still 4 or 5 minutes to get that last touchdown you needed. Now, you need to score 2 scores in 1 minute and 47 seconds, along with getting 2 stops.
So I think the difference there, John, is that the fact they were first downs every single time. So
that's true.
So it was a first down. So where are you really going to stop the clock? Versus now you've had 2 defensive stops right in a row, which is why you were trying to stop the clock, because the defense actually comes up big and is giving you an opportunity to possibly get the ball back.
Yeah, that could work, but I don't know. I just feel like it's just a little too late. Just the way that this Cheektowaga team is running the ball. Even if they don't get the first here, good punt's going to pin Burgard back, and we haven't seen enough from this offense to think they can get 2 scores being pinned deep in their own territory with 90 seconds to play. So 3rd and 11. Cheektowaga still waiting to snap it here.
And again, I think they're going to go for it on 4th down just to take time off the clock.
It's going to be another run for Warburton. Picks up a couple before being brought down around the 35. Now bring up 4th down. And Burgard going to use their final timeout here. So Cheektowaga, as Tom said, could go for it. But they definitely have a decision to make here. They could go for it and, put the final nail in the coffin. They'd be able to just kneel the rest of the clock out and walk out of here with a win. Or they could try and punt it, pin Burgard back deep, and really make it tough for the Bulldogs to get 2 here in the final minute 39.
And what you're doing is, even if you don't get the first down, you're going to take enough time off the clock, which is what you're trying to do, right? More time off the clock, the better, to make it almost impossible to do some sort of 2 scores there, right? So just go ahead, go for it on 4th, take as much time as you can so the clock is actually an advantage to you, not a disadvantage.
There'll be 6 yards that Cheektowaga needs to keep this drive going. Burgard does have one of their guys, Zinnerman, back there to return a punt if one is kicked. But Cheektowaga appearing to go for it here on 4th, and now we got flags being thrown. And if that's against Cheektowaga, that could impact their decision on what to do here. It will be against the Warriors.
Yeah, false start penalty right there.
So 4th and 11 now. That's a big 5 yards on a 4th down play. We'll see if they change up their look here. Appears they're still going to go for it.
And it's just about taking time off the clock at this point.
Jenkins looking to throw. He connects. And that's a nice pass there. Able to find Burgard. That'll pick up the first down. He gets out of bounds. It stops the clock. But with Burgard out of timeouts, Cheektowaga, they're going to be able to run this thing out. The clock running again. We're inside the final 90 seconds now.
So it wasn't that he was out of bounds. It was that the first down happened actually there. So everybody in Western New York, so you realize a first down will stop the clock just enough for them to move the sticks and then start again upon the refs.
That's Warburton again.
So what I was going to finish there saying was on the ref signals when they'll actually start it up again. So, but it looks like 57 and ticking. We talked about it, right? What was going to be the difference in this game? Who was going to overcome the flags? Who was going to overcome the turnovers? And who has it been? It's been Cheektowaga that overcomes it. And it was a big touchdown right here in the second half. Really is the difference in the game.
And now the Warriors in victory formation. Assuming this will be the last snap of the game, we'll just let the clock run down to zeros after this. Jenkins kneels it, and it's at 25 and running, but the players giving each other congratulations and the good games and whatnot. They're going to go off their respective sidelines as the time runs down, but Cheektowaga will improve to 2-1 with the victory tonight. Burgard going to drop to 0-3. Like I said, looking ahead, Cheektowaga, they got Pioneer and Maryvale left on their schedule. For Burgard, they'll be on the road at East Aurora, Holland, and then at West Seneca East to wrap up the season. But for tonight, Cheektowaga gets the win, 20-6 over Burgard. For Tom Prince, I'm John Simon. Thank you for tuning in tonight. We hope to see you guys next time later in the week. We'll bring you plenty more high school football action here on